Welcome to Offsite Dirt, the podcast committed to uncovering all the insights of the offsite construction industry. Join us as we delve into the realm of offsite construction solutions, modern building methods, high-performance construction, lean manufacturing, and beyond. Your experiences fuel our passion for the industry, fostering collaboration and driving business growth worldwide. So let's get down to the dirt. Here's our host, Audree Grubesic.
Thank you for being here. This is Audree Grubesic from Offsite Dirt, where you get all the dirt. We are excited because we are at the 8th annual Advancing Prefabrication with the amazing host and Queen of Fab, Amy Marks. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
This is a fabulous event once again.
I met you at this event years ago.
We did meet at this event several years ago, and what a great time that was. And now I get to sit and interview her on our podcast, so it's even better.
It's fantastic.
So when we look at this huge evolution of the start of Advancing Prefabrication and where we are 8 years ago today, Amy, how has it transitioned for you being the leader on this?
You know, it's very interesting. This morning at Kino, I talked about the fact that we started with mostly MEP contractors the first year. I think we had 225 MEP contractors. And it was all about single trade prefabrication. We talked a little bit about multi-trade, but not much. And then it went from there to the following years of, the prefabrication continuum into multi-trade and, volumetric mods and things like that. But we talked about convergence, and then it went into data. We talked about business model evolution. I feel like this year is all about put your money where your mouth is. We've all got to become manufacturers, and what are the true capabilities within your organization?
When I talk to a lot of the individuals here, a lot of mechanical engineers, I talk to a lot of architects now, I talk to a lot of CEOs of factories, there is a huge audience that is growing, and we're starting to see that prefabrication is the answer to how we're going to evolve our construction industry, the industrialized construction industry. And then let's talk a little bit about the next generation of BIM, from fabrication into field flow. What do you feel about that? How are you seeing that expand?
I think the promise of BIM originally was that it would be all this to everybody. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it hasn't quite lived up to that. And I think, one of the great things I'm seeing now is in the next gen software like the Navigates of the world, the Navigate MEP, that we're able to see and work with Revit the way it was intended for us to work with it, like as a connected BIM, where you wanted to see how you could actually, design mechanical, electrical, and plumbing assemblies with ease, and also, not having to go to 50 different views and 50 different clicks just to make a slope pipe. It really makes Revit work the way it was intended to. And then we're all built in the cloud, and then we're seeing that actually, move into places like Allied BIM, where they are truly Industry 4.0, where you can actually have one model in the cloud, multiple factories, various machine tooling that it can actually understand the tolerance of it. So you can send it from BIM out into any factory, and then put it back up into the cloud, where we're seeing it, go into places like the AutoDesk Construction Cloud, and being able to get that information out on site. And then, as you know, back around to the beginning, so that we can see what we've created in digital form, whether that's feeding digital twins or it's informing the design. It's really moved into this BIM to Fab to field and back again place, but really next gen, not the way that it's been in the years past.
I was lucky enough to sit with Blox, BLOX, and the two women that were presenting really walked us through their program,
right,
and really where they started, and then now their full automation.
Right.
And I think the thing that was really interesting was the innovation of all the different software technology and how much time it took to plan that technology.
Yes.
It was fascinating, and it was also really interesting about the time savings and the money savings, right, from utilizing where they started and then going through that whole process.
I think what's very important as we go through this year is I'm hearing there's a lot of very experienced groups that are actually building on the APIs that are out there, and they're creating their own software and they're doing their own tools. Not a lot of people can do that, right? So there's when you think about people like KLH,
yeah,
like Jim Tavernelli and those types of people, or a Blox, or whomever you're thinking about that can actually build some of their own software, that's great. Not everybody can. So then what do you do? And I feel like that's one of the reasons I came where I am today, because Symetri can provide services like that and help people, whatever they want to build, in integrations or software, or, what workflows and productizing those things. It's like, before it was like, I think Jim Tavernelli said it best in the morning. He said, if you're waiting for Autodesk to solve your problems, like that's not happening. They're doing their own thing. They're creating their own platform so that you can solve your own problems, so that you can build on the Autodesk platform what you need, or you can find others who are really good at it so you can stick to your day job and have them help you create new software, new apps, new tools, and things like that. Because it isn't going to be, it's not about one product. It's about connecting all those products in a meaningful way that is efficient. Right?
That translates, right? Because that's just the thing. It is not one product, right? And that was the interesting thing about their whole philosophy and walking through all of that. But getting back to Symetri, tell us a little bit more about them, because
you can
I
say
love
it.
it.
We're the best kept secret. I feel like it's fine. You can talk about it. So it's funny when I decided I was going to talk to her.
I'm like, oh, where do I go with that?
It is 100% true. I think it is the best kept secret in the world.
You are the best kept secret.
No, but so I feel like, so we had a great business actually in Europe. We're headquartered in Sweden. So everybody knows Symetri in Europe. In the Nordics, they're huge. And then in the United States, what they did is they bought two of the largest Autodesk partners. One in Microdesk, which was heavy AEC and owner services, and actually had some manufacturing capabilities, great ones, and also AI services. And then they also bought Team D3, which is heavy manufacturing capabilities, AEC as well, and some owner services. And now we've put both those two companies under the Symetri umbrella. So if you think about it, now we're the largest partner. And I think a lot of people don't actually understand what a good partner looks like. Not everybody buys software and can even buy directly from Autodesk or services. So, they're providing things like helping people with staff augmentation. They're creating, VDC teams and implementing VDC teams for all the customers that can't afford that. They're doing CIO services to make sure that your software, somebody doesn't come in and then mess up what you're trying to do with the industry software.
Sure,
so they do tremendous services there. They do tons of training around Autodesk and other products like Bluebeam and all of our tech itself. So they do all of that, but the most exciting thing that I learned about them when I thought about coming to work for them is that we have our own tech stack. So as a partner, yes, we sell all these third-party products that are great, and you can have training on them and you can buy them, but we have our own tech stack. So when you think about things like the Naviate MEP or Naviate Zero that works within Revit and actually allows you to optimize decarbonization, or things like Sovelia, which lay on top of the Autodesk manufacturing tools and help you understand, again, how to make those manufacturing tools work better for you, or things like CQ, where you want to understand productivity, or owner services like, we have GIS and space management and AI services over there and digital twin services. I think it's just the best kept secret that, and again, they're super sticky. They were super sticky with customers. Like, our customers have been our customers for years.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, but
right?
nobody really talked about it. So I feel like, aside from being the global strategist, sort of good also that I can talk about the company.
And you get to find out everything that's going on globally, really, and bring it back to the North American area. Right?
And share it.
Yeah,
and I think that's important. So it's been there, it's great, we have all these services, we have new services all the time, but actually communicating with customers and talking about, how we're a strategic business advisor, especially when they don't know who you are and didn't know your name and didn't understand who you bought and what your capabilities are. I think it's necessary now, especially as I'm seeing the power shift from the software manufacturers to the partners right now. And I think that's important. Not everybody, has the in-house capabilities to really evolve and transform.
Yeah, and to feel confident in it and to know what's going on. And to be, when you are this global partner, you see all these other processes and things that can happen.
Right.
So you're so much more smarter to go into a project or to help somebody. And I feel like software is so difficult. It is like the hardest thing to decide on, and there's so much out there, right?
I do. I feel like, again, that's why I feel like as a strategic business advisor, it's not about one product or another. It's about, what are you trying to accomplish with your business? Like, what business outcomes are you looking for first? We're not even going to talk about technology with our customers until we understand what it is they do, how they go to market, how they think they might change and go to market in the future. What are their drivers? Is it sustainability? Is it, culture that they're trying to achieve, that are culture? Whatever that is, we really understand their business first, and then understand what they're trying to accomplish. And then, yes, we're helping them out, of course, with technology and services, but even outside of that, to help them with change management and to help them assess different tools, even if they're not ours.
Well, that is exactly what we're talking about here at the Advancing Prefab 2024. Again, you got another one under your belt.
I know.
And today is the day that Amy opened up the opening ceremony with us, and just fabulous all around. And that's why she's the Queen of Fab.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Audrey.
And that's all the dirt on Offsite Dirt.